I am so amazed with Las Vegas. I love it, that's why I live here. It is an awesome city and truly the entertainment capital of the world. It offers some of the best destinations and has one of the best and biggest gaming floors with mega concerts and conventions, all nestled in the best resorts in the globe. And these are some of the reasons why Vegas is the global brand. Welcome to Vegas Vibes, giving you a peek at what's grooving and brewing in the music, pageantry, and live production scenes in the city that never sleeps. And I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla-Gould. Some exciting news when we come back, so stay with me.
Jinglicious. Jinglicious.
Jingles are the way of life to sell everything from clothes, products, and houses. Jinglicious has been there for many corporate companies to bring them the customers they need to thrive big all year round. Jinglicious can create unique sound designs, jingles, and custom songs. Mention this video commercial and get any of our services for only $500 each, a savings of thousands of dollars. We want to invite new clients to Jinglicious to make their dreams or business succeed with Jinglicious. Call us now at 702-302-9212. That's 702-302-9212. Or visit our website at www.jinglicious.com. Jinglicious. Our jingles are ready when you are.
Jinglicious.
Thanks for staying with me. I never backtrack on my promises, so I'm back to featuring local and international shows in the Vegas Valley. As usual, I will feature at least 4 of them in this program for the benefit of visitors and residents alike. There's really no random or alphabetical order in the series, but from time to time, I'll give a special mention on some shows I have personally watched or those which I can't wait to watch. And one of them is the Rat Pack at Copa Room of Tuscany Suites. During the 1960s, which is certainly not my era, the Rat Pack, consisting of Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and Dean Martin, brought fame and recognition to Las Vegas as both an entertainment capital and gambling destination during their time. What happens in Vegas all started with the Rat Pack. Today, audiences can relive the revelry and timeless music of the Rat Pack era in the show. The Rat Pack is back at Tuscany Suites. The curtain opens and the 7-piece Lon Bronson Orchestra gets the audience going with some toe-tapping music before performers portraying all the members of the Rat Pack enter the stage. They sing and dance, conveying all of the charisma and camaraderie of the real entertainers. Just like the real Rat Pack, you never know who is going to come out on the stage next. Sometimes, the performers interrupt one another for some good old-fashioned ribbing. For old time's sake, guys, let's check this out. At the main showroom of Harrah's Las Vegas, you'll find Mac King's Comedy Magic Show. Mac King is dubbed as the funniest and longest-running magician in Las Vegas. King's repertoire includes rope tricks, hand shadow puppets, mysterious appearances of fig Newtons, live animals like a worm, a goldfish, and his newest addition of Colonel Sanders, his white guinea pig. He even has a gold lame cape specially designed for his unrealistic but definitely funny impersonations of Elvis and Liberace. Although appearing to be incompetent, King is truly adept in both his magic and people skills. That's what makes it possible for him to feature so much audience participation. A parade of volunteers steps on stage each afternoon, providing immediate awestruck reactions to his tricks. Cool, let's go! Next up is Gordie Brown at Night Owl Showroom of Hooters, Las Vegas. Can't decide between a comedy show, a concert, and a celebrity impersonator? Check out Gordie Brown and you'll be sure to get a taste of all 3. My buddy tells me that he'll rack you up throughout the show, alternating between a whole host of celebrities and musicians. 1 minute he's doing a flawless You Talking to Me, Robert De Niro, and the next he's jamming out to Burning Love by Elvis. Jack Nicholson, Michael Jackson, Garth Brooks, Prince Willie Nelson, you never know who he might transform into next. The show is different every night, so you're in for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Brown takes requests from the audience, impersonating celebrities as the crowd shouts out their names. I want to watch this show. Any invites? Going once? Twice? Just kidding. And finally, there's MJ Live at the Stratosphere Theater in Stratosphere, Las Vegas. MJ Live pays homage to one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Michael Jackson. A rotating cast of impersonators showcase the energy, excitement, spectacle, and pure joy of this legendary superstar and his music by performing classic hits including Bad, Billie Jean, Hail the World, Dangerous, Smooth Criminal, Black and White, and I Want You Back. In addition to a Jackson 5 segment, the show promises that Jackson fans won't want to miss hearing their favorite songs performed by this talented group of tribute artists who recreate the feeling and experience of a genuine Michael Jackson concert. Backed by an onstage band and an entourage of dancers, MJ Live is a family-friendly show fit for those who grew up with the king of pop, as well as for those who have never heard his music before. Let's go watch! Well, these are just 4 of the hundreds upon hundreds of live shows here, and are some of the reasons why over 3.5 million visitors come to Las Vegas each month. Yes, visitors also come to watch the mega concerts, but both residents and visitors check out the local scene as well. On Vegas Vibes, we love calling Las Vegas the awesome city. Those who call it Sin City don't really know Las Vegas all that much. When Vegas Vibes returns, I'll be interviewing a couple of jazz greats. I'll be right back before you know it, so stay with me.
We use headphones as a part of our everyday lives. Whether we're at work, getting exercise, meditating, in transit, studying, practicing, or relaxing.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sway, the founder of Aircom. I would like to introduce the world's first wireless airflow audio earbuds. As a festival and a concert junkie, I really enjoy the live experience of being there and feeling the music. When we started developing Airflow, our goal was to reproduce that live experience using earbuds.
The problem with traditional headphones is that the speakers are located inside of the earpiece, literally giving you centimeters before the audio hits your eardrum.
What Aircom is doing, they're the first company to actually address the fact that there needs to be a space involved associated with having the sound waves expand fully.
The difference between traditional headphones and Aircom audio is that the air tube gives you 8 times more space, allowing the sound waves to fully develop before they actually hit your eardrums. And this gives it a much more live, natural sound, just like in a recording studio.
It's real nice that someone actually addressed the physics associated with how sound comes out.
The challenge we had was to create an earbud with enough airspace for the sound to fully develop and breathe. Unfortunately, traditional earbuds are about the size of a jelly bean, and there's just not enough airspace. However, that changed when we developed Airflow Audio. Airflow uses an air tube to deliver 6 to 8 times more airspace than traditional earbuds. The end result is a true live listening experience, just like you're at a festival or a concert. We also added magnets to the back of the earpieces so you can wear it around your neck when you're not using it.
Being that the drivers are 8 inches from the earpiece, the magnets do not affect the integrity of the sound at all.
The orange line represents the frequency transmitting through the wire to the speaker, which then converts to the blue sound wave that develops more as it travels up the air tube, producing a balanced, full body and live listening experience.
Another really cool feature is that these earbuds are sweat-proof and water-resistant because they're coated with a super hydrophobic nanotechnology. So now you can be on a skateboard or riding a motorcycle and listen to music as if you were watching a live show or actually in a recording studio.
We're coming to you for help in bringing these unparalleled earbuds to market.
Welcome back to Vegas Vibes. Here with us today is an avant-garde singer-composer known as the Duke of Jazz Noir. Welcome back to Vegas Vibes. Tell us. No.
Bunny
Sexton now. No, I was kidding because the last time you were Nal Thomas, right?
Yeah.
So may I ask, what's the reason behind changing your name? Why do you have a new screen name now?
So I'm working on my new album, and I used to be signed with both Warner Brothers and EMI at one time. But what happens is I want to redo some of those songs. But even though after having that contract, they still own those songs. So a loophole around it is to release those songs under a different name. So that's where the whole thing started from. And Bunny it's a nickname that was given to me by two different girlfriends at two different times in my life, and it was their term of endearment. And the first girlfriend called me Bunny, and then like a long time later I met someone else and she started calling me Bunny. And it was very strange, so I just thought it was quite funny.
I like Bunny because I was born in the year of the rabbit.
Ah, okay,
There you go.
cool, yeah.
Well, of course, please help me do the honor of introducing your friend here.
So Bijon Watson, this is my partner in crime.
Yes, the co-founder.
Yep, co-founder of Jazz Eclectic,
Yes.
and we've been friends for 20 years now.
But who's counting?
But who's counting?
That's wonderful. Who can keep a friend for that long?
I know.
Not many people.
How many?
No, it's-
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
for
it's a
sure,
blessing.
yeah.
No, it's really cool.
That's it.
So we got into this thing and building it ever since. But it's a lot of fun.
Mr. Bijon Watson. Bijon.
Like the mustard,
Right, but-
except with a B.
It is exactly why I made the mistake
It's okay.
because I was thinking of the mustard. But
good.
yes, you are the co-founder and co-producer of Jazz Eclectic Concert Series.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about it?
Well, Buddy and I have worked together for several years on several different projects, and I've always been a fan of his music. And as with any musician, your lives cross, and then they go apart as they're working on different things, and they come back together and converge. And we've reconverged a few years ago, and we're putting some other things together. And when he moved to Las Vegas, we love the sense of community here and the ability to put on, the openness in a lot of the venues to put on great concerts and put on great music. And we said, well, let's put on some of our music that we're working on together, some of the jazz noir music that we're working on together. Let's find a place to present it. And through, once again, knowing people in the community and building relationships with a lot of those people, we ended up at the Smith Center, making that our home. And so,
What a beautiful venue.
so
venue, yeah.
6 shows later, this will be our 6th show coming up in May 17th, and here we are. So, but with Jazz Eclectic, we really wanted to make sure that the music was accessible to people. A lot of times in jazz, a lot of people that don't know about jazz, they're kind of like afraid to listen to it because they feel like they're being judged, like if they don't know the name of a
Is that why
certain
you're
artist.
focusing on jazz music?
Well, I mean, I'm a professional jazz musician, so I mean, I grew up.
You play the trumpet.
I play trumpet. Yeah, I'm a trumpet player, and I've been fortunate to play with a lot of amazing artists and tour with a lot of
For the last
named
25
people.
years.
Yeah, more than 25 years.
He's humble about it, but let's talk about it. I mean, he's performed with Michael Bublé, Harry
what I
Connick
heard,
Jr., Justin Timberlake,
Natalie Cole. I toured with Natalie Cole for several years before she passed away.
Yeah.
So, as a jazz musician, I've been playing lots of different venues around the world. An audience, yes, I get to play in front of audiences that are usually mostly jazz lovers. They already know about jazz, but there are a lot of people out there that really want to listen to jazz, or they have a preconceived notion about jazz, and we try to make it accessible to
accessible
people.
in a way that, even with my songwriting, I mean, it's a little bit more pop-oriented. I say that loosely,
Right.
because you have choruses and those kind of melodies, so you bring
elements of jazz into that, and then it's kind of like a cross-pollination of music cultures, really. So that's what people seem to really understand, and it's easier to listen to sometimes if you don't understand jazz.
because that can be a very complex
But it's
conversation.
based in the jazz vocabulary. There's a lot of jazz theory, jazz harmony, and things like that. So it is jazz, but we just present it in a way that allows the listener to really enjoy it and not come away
Scared
of like, not understanding what they heard.
So when can people expect from your upcoming shows? Like you have one on May 17th.
Yes.
Who are going to be there? Like who are the performers?
Go ahead.
Our headlining performer will be Billy Childs. He's a pianist, composer, arranger.
Five-time
Grammy Award-winning artist, and lives in Los Angeles, and has toured with and done arrangements for Chris Bodie. Some of the Grammy Award-winning albums were based off of his arrangements that he wrote for Chris Bodie, a trumpet player, Freddie Hubbard, Wynton Marsalis, Sting. So he's just to name a few, and he's just really a prolific writer of music in all different styles and genres, from classical to world music. And he's bringing a quartet, piano, bass, drums.
Be very intimate.
And sax. So it's going to be a great show of music. And then, of course, the Jazz Eclectic, Bunny Sexton Jazz Eclectic Quintet will be performing as well.
And Courtney Fortune.
A
female
vocalist from Los Angeles. And she's worked with artists such as David Benoit, the piano player, and works with, is being produced now by Chris Walden, who's a 7-time Grammy-nominated composer and arranger.
And a DJ Oja.
That's right.
So we have a DJ that spins music while people are coming in and during the intermission, and he's also going to be joining us on stage to do some DJ integration, even with my music. Yeah. So that'll be really fun.
He sets the vibe, as it were.
Yeah.
He sets the vibe of the evening and presents that, so people are getting nice and warms up the audience for us.
It's definitely eclectic.
I just have to ask, you have a 2-time Grammy nomination album. Can you talk about that?
I have one. Well, I've played on a lot of Grammy-nominated albums. The John Beasley's Monkestra was nominated for a Grammy 2 times, Volume 1 and Volume 2.
And you're a part of it.
And I'm a part of that. I played lead trumpet in that group. I recorded on that album. And then the Clayton-Hamilton Jazz Orchestra was John Clayton on bass, Jeff Hamilton on drums. It's a 20-piece big band. We were nominated for...
So you have a band?
Well, I don't have my own band. Well, I do have my own band, but that's a whole nother... interview.
Story.
Yeah, it's a Latin jazz group.
Because you wouldn't have enough time.
Yeah, it's called the Latin Jazz Syndicate. We have not been nominated for a Grammy yet, but all the members...
That's a goal.
That is a goal, for sure, yeah. But yes, I've been fortunate to perform on several Grammy award-winning and Grammy-nominated albums.
You've been in the industry for such a long time, like you've been in the industry for 25 years, more than 25 years, and you have been doing music for quite some time as well.
I'm only 25 years old, so...
Let's not give out that age. But what do you think is something that you could say you're very proud of, like an award or accomplishment in this lifetime? I'm sure that's not hard. That's not a hard question.
I mean, there's so many different. As a musician, as you know, whenever you have an opportunity to perform for people, and your set goes really well, or the show goes really well, and people are really engaged, those are moments in time that are very special. It's like all the work we do behind the scenes, like the practicing and the rehearsing and the writing of the songs, when it culminates in you're playing with friends and colleagues that really want to make your music sound great, and the audience is involved and listening. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, you're right.
It's the rewarding part of it.
There's these fragments of moments that you never know when they're going to happen. They just do, whether it is in the recording process or performing live. For me personally, it's performing live, because you're feeding off the musicians, and because it is a musical conversation that we're having up there, and then when the audience replies, and how they really can embrace what it is that you do. There was a moment on Volume 4, we're playing one of my songs, and something happened where the piano player, it was so incredibly beautiful. I had to turn my back to the stage, or my back to the audience. I turned to him, and I just had a tear in my eye. I'm like, I just mouthed to him. I just said, "This is amazing." And there's just that, and I couldn't allow myself to cry because I had to turn back to the audience. But it's like there's these moments of just that just capture you in a way that you can never.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And of course, touring around the world and playing at the Vienna Opera House to a sold-out audience, and you're playing a ballad, and you can hear a pin drop, and you know that everyone is just really involved in what you're sharing with them musically, and I mean it's impressive. And of course, from a teaching, I do a lot of education as well in colleges and high schools, and just being able to share those experiences with the next generation coming up is exciting too, to kind of be a mentor. Now I'm a mentor to young people, and I had mentors help me get to where I am today.
That's wonderful. Sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's important too. In this country, there's not enough emphasis on the arts, and as a career, and if you're a doctor or a lawyer, it's like, oh, that's great. But if you say you're a musician, a nice hobby, you know what I mean? But
it can be financially rewarding too, right?
Well, we're very fortunate that it is. I mean, to be able to make a living doing this and do what we love and enjoy the finer things and experience, the art and lifestyle of jazz, which is our tagline for Jazz Eclectic. Is very important to and see that it's
cufflinks and cocktails.
That's right, cufflinks and cocktails.
And music gives you that special kind of feeling.
Exactly.
I just had to ask this random question. If you could be a musical instrument, which one would you be and why? Besides trumpet, please.
Besides trumpet. Oh, so I can't. That's too easy, right?
Too easy.
Oh, God. I think.
I should have said if you were.
I wanted to play drums.
Drums.
That was the first instrument I chose. My parents wouldn't let me, so trumpet was actually my second choice. So maybe drums, but I think cello. The cello.
That's what I was going to say.
I love the range of the range of that instrument, the warmth, and it just resonates. And cello.
Yeah.
So for you, if you could be a fruit, which one would you be?
A fruit. A banana.
A banana? Why banana?
They're healthy.
They're healthy.
They grow on trees.
There you go. All right. If you were, I think we'll stick with a musical instrument.
Yeah. Cello.
Cello.
No, that's what it would be.
Really?
I mean, I'm a guitar player.
Yes.
But I was thinking the same. I mean, cello is such a beautiful instrument, and it just has so much range, and it's this warmth. There's just something about it, and the way that they're played is just amazing as well. So, if I was going to be played as an instrument, I would want to be that.
Yeah.
So I wish we had more time, but kindly invite everyone to where they could find you and to your upcoming shows.
Okay. Well, for the show, we're going to be playing at the Smith Center, Myron's Cabaret Jazz Room, May 17th. It's a Friday evening. Show starts at 7. Billy Childs, 5-time Grammy Award-winning pianist, composer, arranger. And you can get the tickets at jazzeclectic.com. And that's,
See, he should have been here. My last words is, he should have been here the last time.
We have to do a separate interview with him then.
But also, save the date for September 14th.
Oh.
It's going to be our inaugural Jazz Eclectic Music Festival at the Springs Preserve Amphitheater.
With music all day from 3
to 10 p.m. We've got some amazing
and Grammy Award-winning artists coming in.
Sounds amazing. Any last words from you?
Thank you for having us once again. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here, and so we really are grateful.
Any words of wisdom?
Don't become a musician.
Be a banana.
Be a banana. Just keep it simple.
No, but I mean, if you do become a musician, or if that's something you want to aspire to, just be nice to people, build relationships with other people,
Very important.
And play all styles of music.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself, because culture is a universal culture. Music is a universal language, So it's amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, and looking forward
To you
to
as well.
seeing your shows.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
The sensationally popular Jazz Eclectic Concert Series returns to the Smith Center on May 17th, featuring very special guests, 5-time Grammy Award winner Billy Childs. Childs is recorded and performed with such greats as Wynton Marsalis, Sting, Chris Bodie, Freddie Hubbard, and Chick Corea, to name a few. The Jazz Eclectic is also thrilled to welcome back the radiant and provocative vocalist, Courtney Fortune. But wait, what's the Jazz Eclectic? The Jazz Eclectic is a live concert series and radio show co-founded by world-renowned trumpeter Bijon Watson and co-founder, critically acclaimed singer-songwriter and the Duke of Jazz Noir, Bunny Sexton. We present an eclectic blend of world-renowned artists, including Grammy-winning and Grammy nominees, whose music and artistry embody the art and lifestyle of jazz. Tickets available at jazzeclectic.com.
Catch me again next week as I feature another amazing personalities here on Vegas Vibes. I would like to thank my wardrobe sponsor, Fontaine. Fontaine is located at the Forum Shops in Caesars Palace. Thank you so much, Miss Anna Billings. Don't go away, folks, because Vegas Vibes will be right back. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode as much as I did sharing the vibes of Vegas. And time really flies when you're having a grand time. Promise to join me again next week on this same fabulous ACTV channel. And to all our global viewers out there, let me be candid with you. Las Vegas is not just about the world-renowned Strip or the famous Fremont Street experience in the vibrant downtown district. It has real people, a lot of them musicians, live entertainers, and those involved in the world of pageantry. And to the people here in the Valley who work hard each day to make Las Vegas a global brand. And to these ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things to the community. You are the ones I would like to feature right here on Vegas Vibes, either on the ACTV studios or at your workplace. If you believe that's you, please email me now at esmeralda@actvlv.com. I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla-Gould. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation of VATV.